Everywhere I look, I see people wanting to give applause and congratulations to frontline healthcare workers. And that applause and that congratulations is well warranted.
A daily show of appreciation, getting louder by the day. A city saying thank you to frontline workers.
But I also see frontline healthcare workers raising concern after concern that they're not getting the personal protective equipment and the supplies that they need on the front line in the battle that we're now engaged in with this coronavirus.
We don't have enough.
What do we want? PPE! What do we need?
In this video, I thought I would give some perspective on how those two things can coexist. How can there be an outpouring of support for frontline healthcare workers, but supplies aren't getting to the front lines?
We're asking our frontline staff to go in essentially wearing cargo shorts and a pocket knife.
So I've been a lawyer focusing on medical negligence cases for over a quarter century. And my experience in this area has given me some insight into why we don't have enough personal protective equipment on the front lines of this healthcare war that we're fighting. And what I'm going to say here is probably going to have all of the healthcare workers that are on the front line that watch this video shaking their heads, yes, yes, yes. And it will have anyone who's in the upper levels of healthcare shaking their head, no, 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 no. But here's what I have to say. The problem that we have in our healthcare system is a cultural problem. And until we fix the cultural problem, more people are going to die. The current culture of our healthcare system is that the people who serve on the front lines don't feel like they're being cared for.
Every day when I go to work, I feel like a sheep going to slaughter.
Our healthcare delivery system is besieged by layer after layer after layer of administration. And as those layers have been added, the frontline workers have felt like they were cared for less and less. This results in less safe conditions for the people that are working on the front lines and more errors that cause harm and death to us when we're patients. The numbers back this up. In my career over the last 25 years, there have been two major studies that have come out looking at how many people die from preventable medical errors in the healthcare system. And the first study concluded that that number was around 100,000 people per year. The second one, which was just released within the last year or two, concluded that the number is now over 250,000 people. So the number of people that are dying from preventable medical errors continues to go up at an exponential rate. During that same time, the percentage of healthcare dollars that we give to the frontline workers has gone down. And the percentage that's given to the administration of healthcare has gone up. So while the percentage is going down of healthcare dollars that are given to healthcare workers, the number of people that these frontline workers have to see is going up. So literally what we're dealing with is a circumstance where frontline healthcare workers are getting a smaller percentage of the healthcare dollar, and they're being asked to see more people than ever before. So they have less resources to cope with more people. And that's why we're dying. In the current crisis, it's like the healthcare workers are being sent to the front lines without their bulletproof vests.
For those on the front lines, it's a matter of life or death.
It's easy to see why they're frustrated. It's easy to see why they're upset. And the reality is, they're paying the price for this lack of personal protective equipment, this lack of care, with their lives and our lives.
More than 14,000 healthcare professionals have contracted the coronavirus in the U.S., and at least 27 have lost their lives in the service of others.
And it won't stop until we change that culture. The lack of personal protective equipment is only the latest installment of a long line of problems that have been happening on the front lines of healthcare for many years. Until we change the culture and show these frontline healthcare workers that we care about them by funding the healthcare system from the bottom up instead of the top down, things aren't going to change, and people are going to continue to die. And people like me, unfortunately, are going to continue to try and make things better, one case at a time. I'm making these videos because I believe that our why controls everything in our lives, whether we want it to or not. And my why is to try and make things better. So it's my hope in these videos that people pick up things that can help them in their own journey. If you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing or commenting on the video below. You can find the videos here on our YouTube channel, or if you want to find out more about our law firm, you can check out our website at caseyinjury.com. Thanks for watching, and be well.